Hello students, in this lecture I would like to discuss some basic concepts of complex analysis. Here I would discuss first complex number. What do you mean by complex number? How do you represent the complex number? What is the expression of the complex number? So in this lecture we shall cover these points. An expression of the form a plus ib, where a and b are real numbers, where this a is a real number and b is also a real number, but where I is the symbol with the property that I square equal to minus 1, which is known as complex number. It can also be represented by an ordered pair AB in the complex plane, that is plane, Argand plane. Thus the complex number I equal to 0 plus 1, that is I is identified with the point 0 and 1, where I is the represented in x-axis and b is represented in imaginary axis. So that this is the complex number, that it can be represented in the Argand plane or complex plane like this. So then we shall see that how do you represent, that is the complex variable. That expression of the complex variable in the form x plus iy, where x is the imaginary real part of the z and y is the imaginary part of that variable z. And set of complex number always can be represented in the complex plane like C. And what are the real numbers? Real numbers are the subsets of the complex number, where in real number only we can have that is a real number. There is a missing that imaginary part. That's why in the real analysis only we have a real numbers. So that's why these real numbers are the subsets of complex numbers. So that complex number can be identified with the R2 plane. So then we have that magnitude or modulus of the complex number, that z equal to x plus iy, which is the length of the vector. Since this complex number, it has magnitude as well as its direction, that's why it is called a vector. So magnitude of this variable z, that is magnitude of z, is represented in root of x square plus y square. So that if z equal to x plus iy, its complement of this z is x minus iy, that is z complement is x minus iy. In other way, this z complement is the complex conjugate of the variable z. What are the properties of this complex variable? These are complex number. So that the z complement of complement z is z itself. So that next another property, that z plus w complement is equal to z complement plus w complement, and the magnitude of z is equivalent to the magnitude of z complement. And another property, z complement into z is always magnitude of z whole square. Means what? Magnitude of that z is x plus iy and z complement is x minus iy. Both you can make a simplify that and it becomes x square plus y square. Then it is what? Magnitude of z whole square. Means what? Magnitude of z whole square or modulus of z whole square is z into z complement. Another property is 1 over z is just rearranging the terms like magnitude of z into this one, z by magnitude z complement. It becomes what? It is magnitude of z complement divided by z complement, magnitude of z whole square. And consider that is the variable, that is the complex variable z is x plus iy, which is the member of complex plane, that is wherein z is always non-zero number. So that z can also be described by the distance r from the origin that is in the circle, whenever we have a closed curve, that means what it is here, it is a z circle r equal to mod z, and the angle theta between the positive x-axis and the line segment from 0 to z. So note on this here, always complex number which behaves as a vector, as told you, since it is having both magnitude as well as direction. That's why it is called a vector always. Complex number is always vector. And the modulus of z minus a equal to r. It represents a circle, center at A, and r is the radius of the circle. It is always modulus of z minus a equal to r. So that is what you can represent circle like this using the complex variable. And let r comma theta be are the polar coordinates of z, wherein x and y are the Cartesian coordinates of z. And relation between the Cartesian and polar coordinates are, if you take a x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta as a polar coordinates in z equal to x plus iy, it has turns out to be z equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta, and this is called the polar representation of the complex number or complex variable. Now argument of the complex plane is, that is wherein that is argument of the complex plane, the principal part of the argument of z is called arg z, that is arg z is the value of theta there. This is the value of theta, for which that is the domain of theta is always, that is the upper half of the circle that, or upper half of the closed curve that. And exponential notation for, as we know that e power I theta that is cos theta plus I sin theta. So z equal to that complex variable can be represented in the polar form is r into e power I theta, that is z equal to r e to the power of I theta. That is the complex polar form of the complex number z. And what do you mean by, now let us see that complex plane, complex function. A complex function is a function which is mapping from complex numbers to complex numbers always. For example, if you take f of z equal to z square plus 1, that is, you can see it here, it's this is z is a complex number, and its image, now I want to see that again it becomes a complex number. So that's why, since if you substitute x equal to z equal to x plus iy in this function, so that becomes, so that again you can simplify and make the separating real and imaginary parts of that this function, this expression. This expression is u only if it is u and v are the functions of x and y, so that wherein u is the real part of that function and this v is the imaginary part of that one, so that again since it becomes a complex number, that's why the always complex number which is mapping from complex number to complex number. So now I can have that if x and y are real variables, then z equal to x plus iy, it is another way which we called it as a complex variable there. If corresponding to each value of the complex variable x plus y in a given domain or region, that corresponds to one or more values of another complex variable, then this w, that as previously we have seen that this is a function that again it should be, turns out to be, that is the u plus iv. This is a complex to complex there. Here also, that is, if corresponding to each value of complex variable in a given domain, there exists another value of complex variable w, that is maps on to that w we called it as a function of complex variable, and which is denoted by w equal to f of z, that is equal to u of x comma iy plus I of IB of x comma I1 means what? Where u and v are functions of x and y there. And now this is which we called it as a function of complex variable. Just let us take here again how it becomes, that is the complex variable. Again it corresponds to in the reason it corresponds to the another complex variable. That how do you see that? Just you take a w there, w equal to z square. It is a function there. Just you can replace z by x plus iy as a complex number or complex variable. It again, as we know that w is complex variable or complex function, wherein that is u plus iv. U plus iv is w replaced by this u plus iv and z replaced by x plus iy. This becomes, and separate expanding this square there, it becomes real and imaginary parts are respectively u is x square plus x square minus y square, and this is 2xy is v. Thus, hence we treat this u and v are the real and imaginary parts of this function, complex function of complex variable w are the real variables x and y. See that u and v are real variables x and y. So that's why w, it is a function. This z is a complex variable. It in the region it corresponds to the another complex variable that can have here u and v here. And next we have seen that another one. So that as already I have discussed that what are the Cartesian form of the complex variable, complex function of a complex variable, that is w equal to f of z. It in terms of u and v are functions of x and y, wherein in polar form u and v are functions of r and theta there. We notice that if to each value of z there corresponds to one and only one value of w, w is called a single valued function of z, which is what that means what which maps on to only one value of w. That is image is also that is only single valued of z. So that's we called it as a single valued function of z. So for example, this is what we called it, that is w equal to 1 over z or w equal to another z square. So now we shall see some important basic definitions as we had there in the real analysis. Here also we have one is neighborhood, and what is the deleted neighborhood, and what is the limit point of that one, and what is the interior point and boundary points, what are the open sets and closed sets. First, what is the neighborhood of that? If you take that is a neighborhood of a point z0 in the complex plane there, in the xy plane, is the set of all points such that magnitude of that or modulus of z minus z0 is less than epsilon. That epsilon is very small quantity. It is positive always in number. So it means what? Whenever you take this neighbor set of all points which is near to that z, always that distance is very close to that. It means what? Its distance is very minutely small. So that is which we call it as a neighborhood of that point z0. And what is the deleted neighborhood of that? Only you can accept this point, and then which we called it as a deleted neighborhood of that point z0. Means what? If the neighborhood of point z0, which is defined by magnitude of z minus z0 less than epsilon, means what? It is very, except the point z0, means excludes the point z0, then such a neighborhood which we called it as a deleted neighborhood of z0. Now let us see that what is the limit point of that. The point, what is the limitation of z0? A point z0 is said to be limit point or limiting point of a set of